Hi there. Welcome to Apple World. She passed 46 female dark humorists that I know by and that I put on visit who struggle with getting a chicken sandwich from Chick-fil-A, and after they featured 7 shows at a club for $2,500 every week. Yet, individuals like genuine, and that is the reason they like what they like. They love realness since everyone's genuine. Trips don't as well. No. I say, stop it for you. Did I pursue Shakira? All in all, you were going after Shakira and pursuing her. That is running. Come on, how about we be? Laura did her step. I was power strolling. Better believe it. Power. I can't. So it seems as though fans are at long last giving Katt Williams credit for freely saying that Tiffany Haddish is an industry plant after Tiffany's new jokes at the VMAs. Many fans took to online entertainment to say that Hollywood is pushing Tiffany since she plays a personification of an individual of color and propagates destructive generalizations. Presently, I was never on a Tiffany Haddish can't stand train. I didn't have faith in absolutely any part of that. I attempted to help my young lady and ride her down. Yet, you were showing me endlessly time and again that it's simply giving. Like Katt Williams said, she simply acts like an idiot. What's similarly weird is that Tiffany confronted significant embarrassment last year and was blamed for unseemly leading with minors. But her profession didn't endure by any stretch of the imagination. In the meantime, some other celebrities were boycotted for essentially offering their viewpoints or standing in opposition to Hollywood. So does this mean Katt Williams was correct about Tiffany being an industry plant? Is Hollywood truly utilizing Tiffany to push negative generalizations about individuals of color? We should separate them. Do you have a nephew? Do you have a niece? Is it true or not that they are so ghetto? When did that become attractive? Knock it off. They like her since she needs to lay down with a white man. So Tiffany Haddish is indeed confronting reactions to her way of behaving. What's more, this time, fans are hauling her for following and photobombing Shakira at the 2023 MTV VMAs. What's happening with you, Shakira? Exact. Stop it for you. Tiffany was obviously following Shakira the entire evening and photobombing her photos with other celebs. Furthermore, you could guess from Shakira's face that she wasn't entertained in any way. After these photographs and recordings turned into a web sensation, many fans took to virtual entertainment to say they had recycled humiliation watching Tiffany behave this way. However, at that point, Tiffany exacerbated the entire thing since she would not recognize how her way of behaving may have been irritating to Shakira. Also, because of the kickback, she tweeted, when individuals make recordings about me or discuss me, positive or negative, I simply think thank you for making me more popular and pertinent. I see it's making the foe insane on the grounds that they truly need to be where it won't ever work out. In any case, fans believe Tiffany's reaction was similarly humiliating as her way of behaving at the VMAs, and one fan wrote, Tiffany Haddish is unwell. To my comprehension, she was likewise squandered, which is fine, partake in your evening out on the town. Yet she was being an irritation. Furthermore, what a self-involved reaction. What does Shakira have to do with your prominence? And afterward, there were likewise many fans who brought up the fact that Katt Williams got down on Tiffany quite some time ago over her way of behaving. But in those days, everybody blamed him for being desirous. So back in 2018, Katt showed up on Plane and Wanda in the first part of the Day Show, and during his meeting, he scrutinized Tiffany's ascent to progress. Katt was attempting to make sense of Netflix's measures for choosing humorists for specials. And when he got some information about his viewpoints on Tiffany's Netflix bargain, Katt said that getting a unique doesn't guarantee that you can compose jokes. Katt made sense of the fact that Netflix pays in light of the quantity of tickets the comic sold for their last visit, bringing up the fact that Tiffany got her Netflix bargain without having gone on a visit. Furthermore, in spite of Tiffany having sought after parody for over 20 years, Katt contended that nobody could recognize a single unique joke she composed. You've been doing parodies since she was 16. You can't see me in your #1 Tiffany Haddish joke. Why? Since she hasn't done a visit yet, she ain't done an exceptional job. She has not demonstrated the capacity to make wisecracks consecutively for an hour to anyone. What's more, they are currently preparing to down Monique and up someone who has shown them a young lady's trip. Did you think she composed Young Lady's Trip Blockhead? Or do you imagine that was at that point of content and they gave it to her? Katt likewise called attention to the fact that there are many dark, gifted female comics who have been barred by significant media organizations. But Tiffany keeps on making broad advancements. At the point when Katt was examining comedic ability, he was alluding to the capacity to compose jokes instead of simply conveying them. Also, he said it's extremely telling the way in which Tiffany was set in front of various other capable dark female jokesters who really compose their own material. She passed 46 female dark comics that I know by and by that I put on visit who struggle with getting a chicken sandwich from Chick-fil-A, and after they featured 7 shows at a club for $2,500 per week. And keeping in mind that Wanda Smith protected Tiffany, guaranteeing individuals love her since she's genuine, Katt immediately shut her down and suggested that the genuine explanation Tiffany was picked as the substance of dark female parody is on the grounds that she depicts a negative personification of people of color and continually discusses laying down with white men. However, individuals are genuine, and that is why they like what they like. They love realness since everyone's genuine. Trips don't as well. No. Do you have a wrench companion? Do you have a sister? Do you have a cousin? Do you have a nephew? Do you have a niece? Is it true or not that they are so ghetto? When did that become attractive? Knock it off. They like her since she needs to lay down with a white man. That is the reason. The main thing she said was that I needed to give it to Brad Pitt. Katt then raised another significant contention, bringing up that dark female jokesters with more obscure skin are regularly neglected in the business. We are in the main business where, as a person of color, what you resemble shouldn't be held against you. What's more, endlessly time again, they show you that you can be diverted by anything fair-looking. Notwithstanding, around then, scarcely any individuals really comprehended what Katt was attempting to say, and they blamed him for being envious of Tiffany's prosperity. Numerous celebs leaped to Tiffany's protection, including Kevin Hart, who later showed up close by Tiffany on the Morning Meal Club and proposed that Katt is simply severe and irate in light of the fact that he picked drugs over his profession. My dissatisfaction with Katt Williams comes from your continuing to point at Hollywood. Hollywood, this is the white man. This, and this. When do you get a sense of ownership over your activities? You turned into a gamble for the studios, which is why they quit working with you. For what reason would he say he was a gambler? He picked drugs. Gracious. Nonetheless, Katt rushed to check on Kevin, and he terminated back at him during an Instagram Live, suggesting that Kevin sold his spirit for popularity. Kevin has been fantasizing about traveling around the world. That ain't been wherever, however, here. That is all through Saskatchewan. That got 30 shows in Saskatchewan and 19 shows in Russia. He then heads toward Brazil for 1 show, then goes to Greece. Be careful when getting through these mother-loving hoods. Why wasn't he there and off making $85 million? I was more than here, not making 85. I wouldn't fret about $1 million every month and keep my spirit high. However, there's another justification for why fans think Tiffany is an industry plant, and it has to do with the manner in which she immediately returned from last year's contention, including upsetting charges of improper ways of behaving with youngsters. In August 2022, Tiffany and individual humorist Aries Lances were sued for the supposed preparation and examination of 2 minors. The claim was recorded by a sister, and as indicated by reports obtained by TMZ when the sister was 14 and her sibling was 7, Tiffany and Aries compelled them to film express productions. What's more, the sibling likewise claimed he was attempted by the 2 litigants. After a huge kickback, Tiffany ultimately answered the charges in an Instagram post and communicated her lament over shooting the risky drama. She composed, obviously, while this sketch was planned to be comedic. It wasn't amusing in any way, and I profoundly lament having consented to act in it. I truly anticipate having the option to share much more about this present circumstance in a hurry. And afterward, only weeks after the fact, the claim was out of nowhere excused, and Tiffany's profession wasn't exactly impacted by the contention by any stretch of the imagination. Fans thought this was very abnormal on the grounds that individuals like, say, Kanye West were boycotted and deplatformed over tweets. Furthermore, regardless of how you feel about Kanye's perspective, the vast majority would concur that what Tiffany did was way more terrible. So now that Tiffany is again under reaction over her upsetting way of behaving at the Vemas, fans are saying that Katt Williams was correct, and that Tiffany should be an industry plant moved by Hollywood supervisors to propagate negative generalizations about people of color. One fan said Tiffany Haddish, in a real sense, gets compensated for playing a generalized dark cartoon, and another fan composed Katt Williams' post about Tiffany. Haddish held a similar measure of weight then as it does now.